What's going on, everybody? Will Blandon, nice guy driver, aka corporate hustler. And I got a good one. If you've been following me for a while, though, you're gonna want to kill me because I'm kind of changing my mind again on a couple of things. Number one, I keep going back and forth with what I want to build first, which is the transportation company or the software company. I have a corporation now, which I dubbed my holding company. So I have a company now. That's where my affiliate marketing money goes. That's where one of the rooms that I'm renting, the money goes there. And the bank account is with Navy Federal. So I have that set up already, but I'm trying to decide which one I want to build first, either my software company, which is going to be a corporation, traditional C Corp, Inc., or my transportation company that can be, technically, it can be an LLC. It could be an LLC taxed as a C Corp. So it won't be as much paperwork. I changed my mind again and I decided I'm going to wait and hold off on the software company because I'm going to sell that. So I want everything to be flawless. I originally wanted to do it with 3 other people other than myself because, no, I originally wanted to do it with 5, but I could pull it off with 3. Well, only 2 because I break the tie as the 3rd one. So I only need 2 other people. But here's what I want to do. I want to set that up so perfectly because I'm going after the big money and I may want to sell that down the line. The transportation company, if I sell it, I'm just going to be selling it to that company. So in a sense, that company will become a holding company later, the software company. The transportation company is mainly to generate cash flow, revenue. That's it. That's my only purpose of setting it up. It's going to build business credit, but not on the scale that the software company is going to do. The software company is going to bring in more corporate and business credit, and where we're going to get the money to set all that up is with the transportation company. Now, there's a couple reasons why I think the transportation company should come first, and mainly because it's what I'm already doing, if that makes sense. I'm already doing Uber and Lyft. The only thing I got to add in is deliveries, medical rides, and medical deliveries. That could all be under one transportation company, and I could run that myself. The big corporation that I may want to sell, the C Corp, I want to bring in 2 people. I want to probably hire these people after I made enough money. They got to have experience. One's got to have experience in sales. One, I want to have experience in technology, AI tech, stuff like that. The other one, I want to have experience in sales and marketing. The one that has the experience in sales and marketing probably will end up being under me as vice president, CEO, COO. The one that I bring in that does all the tech stuff, chief technology officer, CTO, and probably secretary. Because we really want to set that up as a real traditional corp Because when we go after the big money, they're not going to just believe this one black man could build a big corporation by itself and smart enough to go after this big money. Even if my credit is good, they're still not going to, they're more likely to want to do this if they know there's more than one person behind it. Now, I can make this 5 members, but I could pull it off with 2 other members and myself. We'll all be directors, so we'll all be in the decision-making process. And the way I avoid them overthrowing me, say, and kicking me out, is I will have the most shares in the company. So at a later date, they won't be able to throw me out of the company. So when I set it up, I'll have the most shares, I'll have the controlling power, but they still will help me in the decision-making process. The transportation, I want to get that up first, start generating revenue, as I'm already doing, but I'm going to go after lines of credit with my personal credit backing it. Once I have enough funds, either cash on hand and or credit, then I will go set up the software company, because that's going to be big. And by then, my personal score will be higher. I'm trying to get to the 800s eventually one day. So I'm only in the 6s now. I got to get back up to the 7s. I probably want to be in the 7s when I pull the trigger on the big lines for the transportation company. I probably want to hire 1 to 3 drivers at some point, so I can pull myself out of the transportation company altogether, just dispatch. And then once the software company is fully built, fully set up, we got lines of credit, lines of corporate lines and business credit. Because as a software company, it's more likely to get more corporate and business credit. At that point, I will sell my transportation company to the software company. Now, what that does is it's going to make the software company more powerful, because now you go into the banks and you could be like, it owns this company over here. And I don't have to move anything around because I'm already the guy running it. You know? So obviously the funds could go to me personally. You know, I could write a check from that corporation over to my personal account. But if you really know me, I'm just going to put that money back into the business. It's not going to go in my own personal bank account. It's probably going to go right back into that transportation company to grow that business. And maybe I'll up my salary or something like that. That might be the most I will do for myself. I'm thinking about the future. I'm not thinking about just myself. Now, the 2 members, I'm saying 2, but it can be 5. I'm saying 2 minimum. The 2 members, how they will benefit is they will be a part of a corporate. Not only will they have a good salary in the future, but they will be a part of something bigger that could grow. Excuse me. So I got to really take my time into finding the right candidates. They got to have the same vision as me, meaning you want 2 people that are entrepreneurs that want to do something bigger. You want people that are, believe it or not, smarter than I am, especially on the technology side. I want somebody smart on the tech side, and I want somebody already got an experience using social media for sales and marketing. And hopefully the person with the experience in sales and marketing, I also want them to have experience with platforms like Go High Level, so they can help build that out for me. Go High Level, or what's the other one? There's another one we could use. Go High Level. It's not coming to me right now, but there's another company that could be used. Or we might use also for the media stuff, we might use our own platform, like a OTT platform for just video content. I think it's called Ustream. So we'll have like a media platform, a platform like Go High Level, which will be like the main website to direct all the traffic, the emails, stuff like that. But you want somebody to be the chief technology officer so they could possibly build out our own software on top of that. Now, if 3 other members come in after the fact, they probably will have to bring money to the table at that point. The first 2 won't, because they're helping me build the company. And all the money is going to come from my transportation company to get started. But later down the line, the software company will be already built. If I bring in 3 other directors, they're going to have to probably bring cash to the table at that point, because the company will have value already. Now, the goal is to build corporate credit on both companies. Obviously, transportation, it's going to have probably more gas cards, which still work, still trade lines. The software company will have cash lines of credit, because I might even go after investors. I might take this company public. We don't know. But the good thing is, I will always be an employee of the transportation side. So I'll be an employee there, an employee on the software side as well. And I will be an officer. So I'm going to be a director and officer. And then my shares of that software company, I'm going to have held by my other holding company that'll be anonymous, most likely. And that's how we're gonna work that. And why anonymous? Because let's say I do something crazy in the transportation company or the software company, the shares will be moved where you can't, a creditor won't know that I have those shares set up in that company per se. That'll be a company that I'll probably have stuff that I'll own, like stocks, Bitcoin. That's when you worry about anonymity, I think. Once you have something of value. And then obviously your living trust will own that holding company that's anonymous. And then if I die, obviously the shares in that holding company that are controlling the majority shares of that software company will go to my one child, possibly even stepchildren in the future. So I have things mapped out, but I just was going back and forth for which I wanted to start first. And it just makes sense that my brand is already in transportation. My Uber and Lyft videos are more popular than my AI stuff. So it just makes more sense to go in that direction. Plus, at that point, I could put out the course I've been dying to put out for like 2 years. I've been dying to put out a course on how to go private. So I'm actually going to finally put out that course on how to go private, because I'm going to be taking the steps. I'm going to show you how I set up the bank account, what I use for the business address, where do I actually go to set up the LLC or corporation, where do I go to get the email address, everything, step by step. But I'll do it in a real formatted way, so I could package it up like an actual course, where now the transportation company can make money outside of just doing transportation. The course will be bringing in money. And the course about the transportation company could still help my finance channels, because I have several channels. I got like 5 different channels. Only 2 are really based around rideshare. The other 3 are kind of finance channels. Well, one's a tech channel, 2 are finance channels. I'll be talking about credit cards. That could go on the finance channel. You know, the holding company stuff, that could go on the other finance channel. So I'll have enough content to spread amongst the channels at all times. And then I could package up all that YouTube content that I've been doing for like 8 years. 8 years I've been on YouTube, believe it or not. So at some point I could package all that up. I'll get my tech person to cut up, edit some of those videos, so it won't be just raw footage like this. It'll be edited. Put that on our platform with nice new shiny thumbnails. And now we'll have the media side that's owned by the software company. It's a software company, but we're going to be doing AI stuff, marketing, and media, all under that same brand. You know, and then at some point, if I do sell it, it'll have value because it owns already the transportation company. You know, and I might actually take the money that it buys, that the software company is going to buy the transportation side, and put it in physically into my anonymous holding company or my living trust, so I could pay my living trust. It makes more sense to just pay myself, put it in my living trust, you know, but it's never gonna actually be in my name in a regular bank account. It'll probably be in a living trust account. I'll probably have to make out the check or wire the funds to the living trust. So I got everything mapped out. And the living trust actually won't even be built. The anonymous holding company's not built yet. At this point, I only have one actual company that I've had for, going on 5 years? I only have one company. And that's for the affiliate marketing stuff. And like I said, I have one roommate that pays me PayPal that goes into that account. So at that point, that company I could also use for some stuff, because if all your companies work together, they could give each other loans, stuff like that. I could use that company for some anonymous stuff like I want to do, like probably property management or something like that. So the possibilities are endless. I'm probably going to end up with 3 companies total by next year. And then I want to say the following year. So by 2026, I'm saying it, I should have 2 more companies. I don't want to say this year because we only have like, what, 6-7 more months technically. We're already halfway in the year. But by next year, I want to say I'll have 2 more companies. I'll have the transportation company fully set up. I got some of the stuff going with the transportation company. It's just not 100%. And I'll have the software company set up by 2026. The following year, I should have a holding company and a living trust set up. So, and I should have the majority of shares. The minute I set up the software company, I'm probably going to do the holding company shortly after, because I got to have some place to put my ownership shares in the company, or going in that holding company. And then I want to start doing some investments. And I know this sounds far-fetched, I get it, and you really shouldn't predict stuff in the future, but you have to think about this stuff and map it out and plan it, or you're never going to pull the trigger. A lot of people said I would never start my first company. I went to ED & Co. I got the first holding company set up years ago. Granted, I haven't made a lot of money, but I've made some money along this journey, you know. And you got to plan this stuff out. You got to know what you're doing year after year, or you're never going to pull the trigger. Some of you guys are going to let time go by, watch videos about starting a business and never start. I got guys literally call me and text me, and they've never even set up their first company. Never. Some of them in 5 years never set up their first company. They've done network marketing and some affiliate marketing stuff in their own name, but they've never set up an LLC or a corporation. It's time to get started, guys. Stop playing. Stop just watching, and let's take action. It's a new year. Time to get the things going. I know we're halfway into this year. This year is going to be gone before you know it. We're going to be headed for 2026 before you know it. Let's get this money. Let's make it happen. It doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter. You still can start a new company. Let's make this stuff happen. Get started. If you want some inspiration, just come to the channel. I'm giving you ideas non-stop all the time. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Thank you.